Hello, this is Internet Television International. I am Rachel Owa here in Abuja. Here is what's making headlines in our national dailies. The headlines on most newspapers this morning have to do with zoning in the political arena, with the gist that northern governors say President Jonathan can contest in 2011. Nigerian Tribune, Jonathan can contest in 2011 northern governors. Zoning is unconstitutional, AGF. The Guardian newspaper, northern governors waffle on Jonathan for president. Daily Independent, zoning, PDP affair, northern governors. In Vanguard, Jonathan free to contest, but, says northern governors. From Punch newspaper, zoning is unconstitutional, Justice Minister. The Attorney General of the Federation and Ministry of Justice, Mr. Mohammed Bello Adoke, on Tuesday, stated that the zoning arrangement of the People's Democratic Party PDP is unconstitutional. From the same paper, zoning, Niger Delta militants arrive Kaduna over northern governors meeting. Tension group the Kaduna Metropolis on Tuesday is hundreds of placard-bearing youths believed to be members of a Niger Delta militant group South-South Liberation Movement arrived in the state in solidarity with their northern counterparts. The youths were said to have planned to protest the alleged plans by the 19 northern governors to endorse President Goodluck Jonathan for the 2011 presidential polls. Away from zoning now, Punch newspaper tells us that police read the Riot Act to politicians in Oyo State. Disturbed by the spate of violence that has been characterizing political activities in Oyo State ahead of the 2011 general elections, the State Police Command has read the Riot Act to all political gladiators in the state. The State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Baba Bolanta, vowed that henceforth anyone found with weapons at political rallies would be treated like an armed robber. INEC, Jega nullifies IWU staff recruitment. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Tahiru Jega, on Tuesday cancelled a staff recruitment initiated by its predecessor, Professor Maurice Iwu. The commissioner's statement on his website said the cancellation was in line with its commitment to transparent elections in 2011. Still from Punch newspaper, Tribunal upholds Obi's election. The Governorship and Legislative Houses of Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Oka, Anambra State on Tuesday upheld the return of Peter Obi by the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC as the winner of the February 6, 2010 governorship election held in the state. From this day newspaper, Senate confirms 2 more INEC chiefs. The Senate yesterday confirmed the appointment of the 2 remaining national commissioners of the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC. The appointees, Dr. Mohammed Wali from Northwest and Dr. Christopher Iyimoga from North Central, replaced Ambassador Mohammed Ankar and Major General Abdullahi Bagudu Maman, who were dropped by President Goodluck Jonathan. For other news, Delhi Independent newspaper has a story that federal government receives design on Niger Delta coastal road to Lagos. Federal government on Tuesday received the design for the coastal road that would link states in the oil-rich Niger Delta to Lagos, and restated its commitment to develop the region. From Punch newspaper, Nigeria is not broke, federal government insists. The federal government on Tuesday allayed fears that the non-release of funds to implement certain projects in the country was not an indication of poor financial standing. The Minister of Finance, Mr. Olusegun Aganga, who made the clarification at an interactive session organized by the House of Representatives Committee on MDGs, said Nigerians should not interpret the non-release of funds to ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, as it went due as financial difficulty. And in business, Delhi Trust newspaper, federal government sets up committee on textile revival. Vice President Mohammed Namadi Sambo has set up a committee to facilitate the revival of the waning textile industries in the country. He disclosed this yesterday at a stakeholders meeting in his office. From Delhi Independent comes a story that drop of 1.6 billion barrels in oil reserves threatens economy. Nigeria's oil reserves have dropped by 1.6 billion barrels in just 1 year, threatening the economy that depends 90% on oil receipts. The Department of Petroleum Resources (DPR) disclosed at a second quarter media briefing in Lagos on Tuesday that the decrease is due to the reduction in exploration and full field studies by oil companies which concentrate on drilling and production. From Business Day newspaper, CBN pegs minimum deposit in merchant banks at 100 million naira. In its continued effort at reforming the financial system, the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has reviewed its guidelines for licensed specialized institutions. Specifically, the new guidelines stipulates that merchant banks take deposits in an amount not below 100 million naira. Harcourt Refinery resumes production. That is the news from Punch newspaper. Harcourt Refinery Company has commenced supply of petroleum products to its depot in Aba, Abia State. The Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mr. Austin Oniwon, disclosed this during a courtesy visit to the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Lamido Sanusi, in his office. And in sports, Vanguard newspaper has a story that ain't no stopping Falconets coach. Nigeria's team at the FIFA Under-20 Women World Cup, the Falconets, are fired up as they prepare to face Colombia in tomorrow's semi-final clash. According to the team coach Edas Egan, the girls have shaken off the euphoria of beating defending champions USA to reach their first ever semi-final in 3 attempts and are eagerly waiting to take on Colombia. And in Punch, changes in NFF good for football, Garagumbe. Former chairman of Gombe State Football Association, Shuaibu Garagumbe, on Tuesday said the changes in the Nigeria Football Federation would encourage the development of football in the country. From the Nation newspaper, Nigeria begins battle for top spot in African athletics. And from the Nation newspaper, Nigeria begins battle for top spot in African athletics. Nigeria's quest for a return from bottom to Form 1 at the Summit of African Athletics via the 17th edition of African Championship in Athletics begins this morning inside the Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi, Kenya. Nigerians hope that they will get to the very top. That's it on Headlines Nigeria today. I am Rachel Owa. Thanks for logging on.